It just me. The wrong was me in that time. Hey guys, in today's episode, I'm going to share with you my change journey and how I become a different person. By the end of this episode, I'm going to share with you 3 signs that you are becoming a different person. I hope my story will inspire you to take action and become the person that you always wanted to be. Let's do it. My journey of change started in 2015 when I was watching a video on YouTube, No Arms, No Legs, by a public speaker, Nick. And I was using subtitles so I can understand what he's saying because I can't understand English properly in that time. And he said, be the change you want to see. And that quote, I found something about it. I understand what it means and I loved it. And in that period, my life was a mess. I just started my first year in university studying English, which I don't understand or I can't speak. And this was my first decision to take in my life. I'm taking full responsibility of it. Even I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I went for it. And my parents don't understand what I'm doing. My dad wants me to be a policeman. Sorry, Dad, I didn't follow your dream, but I am living my dream. So we're both happy. So my parents did not understand what I'm doing. And for me, I had that vision. I need to go to university, I need to get that degree, I need to speak English, and I need to find a job in a different country so I can leave my country. But at the same time, I have that pressure that what if it's not the right thing that I'm doing? What if I'm missing around with my future? And beside the pressure that comes from my family, why you studying this when you are good in science? Because I was studying science, and suddenly when I graduated from university, I chose a different direction. So that pressure, I had them from 2 sides, from my making that decision and from my family. And that coach becomes my title in that year. I wanted to change my life. I choose a different direction and I need to change my life to become that person for that direction. And you know, when you want to change your life, it's extremely hard in the beginning. It's extremely hard, especially when you are still in the same environments that made you become the person that you are already in the first place. You become who you are now because of that environment. And suddenly you want to change yourself, but you are still in the same environments, in the same city, in the same neighborhood, living in the same house, speaking about the same thing. It's extremely hard. And that was the hardest part in my journey for changing myself, is being in the same place. I'm not able or have the power to change it. I need to stay there. So I start learning positive quotes, reading stuff about personal developments, translate words in my language, see what they mean, and start learning things besides study at university. And I keep doing it. I kept changing how I think, how I talk more positive about myself, how I can see more positive side of life, all that personal developments that I start reading in the books and watching videos about that stuff. And sometimes I drift around. That's the part of change. I drift around, I do the things that I shouldn't do, I hang around people that I shouldn't hang around with. It's not like those people are bad people. That's not. It's those people are not helping me in changing myself. They are not pushing me to become a different person, the person that I want to become. Do the things that I shouldn't do, hang around the places that I shouldn't do. And sometimes it's just like a wake-up call for me. And I ask myself what I'm doing here. I'm not supposed to do this. This is where I'm supposed to go. This is my direction. This is the person that I want to become. And I draft around. I start doing the things differently again, focus more, doing the things that I'm supposed to do, learn more, become more positive, working on my mindset, how I think about myself, how I see life, and drift around and go back. So I start living in that circle of doing the things to change myself and going back to doing the things that I usually do all the time. It's like, you know, the environments where you live. When you want to escape it in that way, I would say to escape it. You want to change yourself by living away from that environment, and it's like a magnet. It pulls you back because you're changing your life from inside. You start changing how you think, you start changing how you see life. But when you step outside, you meet people who talk different than what you think. People think different than you. It's just you that you start thinking in that way, and you don't see it around. You don't see people thinking the way that you think, speaking the way that you speak, with your family, with your parents, with your friends at school, university, the people that you hang around with, and all those external environments push you to come back to your old you, to the same person that you are. And that's what it makes it really hard to change when you stay in the same environments. There was a time when I started seeing the change happening in my life. I started feeling the change happening. I wake up in the same room, in the same house, with the same circumstances, if it's not worse, and I think positive. I'm not angry anymore. I'm not seeing life is against me. I'm not seeing like why everything is happening just to me. I start feeling the change, and it's the best feeling to feel in this world is feeling yourself becoming the person that you want to become. I start seeing the circumstances. I start believing in myself more. I start seeing whatever I'm going through is just a matter of time and everything will change. Even I keep failing in the same subjects for the first year, and I tried the next year and I still fail. Some subjects, they followed me for 2 to 3 years in my university journey. I'm looking for jobs. I can't find a job. I went to a different 3 cities in my country, taking over 200 CVs, putting it in a different companies, going back home, and no answer. I'm still looking for a job. Even the pressure from my family, what you doing with your life? You wasted another year, you didn't pass. And every time I fail, I'm coming back home. I just hate the idea that I'm gonna get home and I'm gonna hear the same thing again. All these things, it's still happening to me, but I'm still thinking positive. I failed in the subject, it's okay, keep trying. Yes, it hurts. It hurts your feelings, and you see yourself, you're not good when you feel like I'm doing my best. It's fine. I failed. Let's try again. I'm studying more. I push more action on studying. I invest more hours in studying. I focus more. I apply for jobs, no answers. It's fine. My job is still waiting for me. Maybe I need to start from somewhere else. I start finding the answers for what's happening to me instead of taking it as something is against me. And that's why you start feeling more in a good relationship with yourself. Because the moments you are in a good relationship with yourself, whatever is happening in your life, you will deal with it. But when you are not in a good relationship with yourself, you see everything happening against you because you are a bad person or because you don't deserve this. And that's absolutely not true. When you start changing yourself, you will not believe in this. I know someone is watching me now. Maybe you think you don't have that job, or you don't have that business, or you don't have that money because you don't deserve it. That's not true. Just keep becoming the person you need to become. And that job is coming, that money is coming, that business is coming. I promise you. Just keep working on yourself and changing yourself to the person you need to become in the future. The more I'm seeing the change happening in my life, the more I can feel it, I can live it every day, the more I love it, the more I go deeper in that change, the more I focus more. I read more books. I was more paying attention to what I say to the people, about what I talk to the people, where I go, where I spend my time, what's my priorities in my life. I start putting a list of what I should do, what I shouldn't do, these things I need to give up on it. And I found it hard to give up on the things, but I was like, you start feeling that change. Imagine if you start working on yourself every day for the couple of years, you will be in a different place and you're gonna become a person that you will not recognize. And that's so true. Sometimes you look back and you don't realize how far you become. So I get to the points when this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I will focus on, myself, my future, for all the time. All the other stuff, it doesn't belong to me. All that distractions, you try to keep yourself focused more, you get distracted. But the main point is you are in that journey. You always tell yourself, I am developing myself, I am improving myself. I'm not just living this life for no reason. There was a reason, there was a purpose for it. And you put it in a big line. That's my reason. I need to keep going forward to it every day. Even if I fail, even I don't do it today or this month, I need to go back to it and start doing it. How can you know that you are becoming a different person? I have 3 signs that made me realize I become a different person. The first one, what used to make me hate life makes me love it. Every time I argue with my dad, I keep thinking how much he hates me. Every time my parents argue with me with what I'm studying or when I failed, I keep telling myself, my parents hates me. I wish I wasn't born. Everything is against me. Why my parents don't love me? Why my parents don't support me? I was having that anger with me for no reason. It was no reason for it. It just me. The wrong was me in that time. Every time I fail at university, I hate myself. I hate everything around me. I hate the idea that I need to go home and my parents, they will ask me and I will have to tell them I failed, when they already told me, what are you doing with your life? Choose something else to study. Go with the things that you used to study. This is not the thing that you should do. I hate every piece of it. Every time I apply for the jobs and I don't get answers, I question myself, why me? Why life is against me? Why everyone seems having their jobs, achieving their goals, except me? Why I am stuck? Why I have to go through this? Oh gosh, I cannot believe that I was thinking that way. I can't believe that I was seeing life as a punishment when it is not. And once that picture changes, once you start feeling that change, everything starts changing. And for me is whenever I have an argument with my dad, I don't react. I don't get angry. I don't tell myself my dad hates me. I start understanding that my dad is from an old generation. My dad didn't go to university. My dad doesn't have to understand what I'm doing in my life. And whatever I do, he doesn't have to agree with it. It doesn't need to make sense for my dad, for my family. It's making sense for me. So whenever we argue, I just try to explain to him. And I get to the point, even if I explain to him, he still might not understand it. And that's it. There is no hate, there is no anger, there is nothing. Every time I fail in that subject, it is hurting me. But what I focus on is, what did I do wrong? What is the thing that I miss here? I need to study more. I need to focus on this more. So I went crazy on study. Study. Whenever I apply for the job and I get no answer, I keep trying at different jobs. I got to the point, maybe the jobs that I'm focusing on now, I need to change the direction. Let's try something else. At least I will find a job anywhere so I can take off that the life is against me. I start playing with my thoughts. I start seeing life like a game. If you are not enjoying playing it, you'll not get well with it. So you have to go with what's going on in life. I start understanding that life, you have to go certain things to get to other level. You have to experience this to get here. And those thoughts, the way that I see life, I never saw it before because I wasn't a different person. And this is when you can start feeling yourself that you are becoming a different person. Other thing, I can't do what I used to do. All the things, all the habits that I used to do, I got to the point when I can't do it. I used to go and sit in a cafe for hours doing nothing, meeting friends every evening or every night and hang around where we live, laughing, talking about football, talking about stuff every night. I can't do this anymore. I used to going back home, spend hour watching films, if it's not the whole night, and sleep the whole day. I was literally wasting my time doing nothing to push me to a good future. And once I start feeling myself, I'm becoming a different person. Those things doesn't define me anymore. I can do this. And once you find yourself doing it, you don't enjoy it, and you tell yourself immediately, that's not my thing, I can't do it. I watch a film like this night, for example. I watch a film tonight. If tomorrow I want to watch another film, I tell myself immediately, why I'm watching another film? I just watched a film yesterday. I have skills to learn. I have certain things I need to develop. I have this, I have this, I have this. I start seeing how I'm changing myself when I end up not watching films for weeks or months, and I don't feel like I want to do it. Hanging around friends every night, I don't have to do it. I don't want to do it. Or going to a cafe, sit for hours doing nothing. I start more controlling my time. I start feeling that even I'm still in my environments, in the same place, in the same city, in the same house, I'm still living where I am, but I start feeling I am now controlling these things. Those things don't control me anymore. Even I'm in the same environments, I start doing the things that I want to do and how I want to do it. I start prioritize my things. I need to do this and this and this. These things, I don't need it. And every time I found myself doing the things that I shouldn't do, I immediately stop myself. I'm not doing it again. That's how I start feeling I'm becoming a different person. And today, if somebody comes and wants to pay me to go back and live my old routine, I will not be able to do it. That's crazy. Even somebody gonna pay me a good money to go and live the same routine that I used to live, I absolutely cannot do it, because my whole system, my body, my brain, my whole system cannot function in that routine, because that version doesn't exist anymore. I can't function in that routine anymore. And this is another thing that you feel, I am a different person. Every time I look back and see how I was reacting to our problems, how I was getting so angry about certain things, or how I was overthinking some certain things, I tell myself, I can't believe I was this. I can't believe that was me. I was stupid. I shouldn't think this way. I shouldn't let that thing consume my energy and my power and my peace. And this is another sign that you are becoming a different person. That whatever used to make you angry, make you feel in certain ways that is not good, doesn't make you feel that way anymore. And now you look back and you see, compared to old you, how big problems you have now, how big things are going in your life, how big failure you are experiencing in your life compared to the other things that you used to live. And you still take care of yourself, you still love yourself, you're still in a good relationship with yourself, and you still take care of the people that you love, and you still understand, you still open to other people's opinion and accept that everyone is gonna see things differently than you. You understand that life is a beautiful thing to live when you have a purpose. I had to go through all of this to become the person that I am now. And I am so grateful for everything that I went through. And everything that I'm going through right now is preparing me for the person that I want to become in the future. I'm so grateful for everything that happens to me, and this is happening to me. Life is a beautiful thing when you have a purpose. Find the purpose in your life and you will start tasting life in a different way. We got to the end of this episode. Thank you for staying till this minute. Let me know in the comments what kind of change journey are you on today, or what kind of change you want to make from today. Let me know in the comments. If you want to watch how YouTube changed my life with no views, you can watch this episode. If you want to learn how to beat procrastination and build new identity, there is another episode here. Take care of yourself and take care of your life. I will see you in the next episode.